Close your eyes and imagine the year 1320. You aren't a king sitting on a golden throne. You aren't a knight in shining armor. You are one of the 90%. You are a peasant. You have been told stories of chivalry and grand castles. But for you, reality is a 40-year-long sentence of backbreaking labor, filth, and the constant, gnawing presence of death. Before we begin our journey through the hours of the day, look at your surroundings. The air inside your hut isn't just cold, it's thick. It's a soup of wood smoke, animal musk, and the damp smell of earth. There is no chimney, only a hole in the thatch roof that barely lets the suffocating smoke escape. Your eyes are constantly watering. Your throat is perpetually dry. You haven't seen a reflection of yourself in years because mirrors don't exist for people like you. You only know your face by the grime on your hands. Today, we are going to live one single day in your shoes. From the moment you wake up on a bed of rotting straw to the moment you pray for the sun not to rise tomorrow. You think you have it hard today? By the end of this video, you'll realize that for a medieval peasant, hell wasn't just a place in the afterlife. It was the world they walked in every single day. Welcome to the Feudal Facts. Let's step into the mud. It's 4:30 a.m. There is no alarm clock, only the biting cold that has seeped into your bones overnight. You wake up in a longhouse, a one-room shack made of sticks held together by dried mud and cow dung. But you aren't alone. To your left, your children are shivering under a single tattered blanket. To your right, your only cow is chewing on straw. That cow is more valuable than your life. If someone steals it, your family starves. Her body heat is the only central heating you have. The floor beneath you is nothing but packed dirt, soaked with the moisture of the earth and the waste of the animals. You stand up, and your skin crawls. You are covered in lice, fleas, and bedbugs. This isn't a sign of being poor. It's a sign of being alive in the 14th century. Everyone, from the local priest to the beggar, is an ecosystem for parasites. You spend the first 10 minutes of your day scratching until you bleed. The breakfast is a grim affair. You don't have coffee or fresh fruit. You have pottage, a thick gray mush of overcooked grains, and maybe a few wilted leeks that have been sitting in a pot over the fire for days. You wash it down with small beer. You don't drink it to get drunk. You drink it because the water in the local stream is a cocktail of human waste and animal carcasses. Alcohol is the only thing keeping you from dying of dysentery by noon. Before we move to the fields, we have to address the smell. You haven't bathed in months, not because you are lazy, but because you believe that opening your pores with warm water invites miasmas or deadly vapors into your body. To you, a layer of dirt is a layer of protection against the invisible demons of disease. Where does your waste go? There are no pipes, no toilets, no privacy. It goes into a cesspit right next to your house. This night soil is often collected and, believe it or not, used as fertilizer. You are eating vegetables grown in the very waste your family produced weeks ago. The cycle of filth is complete. And then there is the laundry. You don't have soap. To clean your clothes, you use a mixture of warm water and human urine. The ammonia in the urine acts as a bleaching agent to get the worst of the stains out. Imagine the scent of your clothes, a mix of stale sweat, wood smoke, and fermented urine. This was the standard smell of a human being in 1320. If you met a modern person today, the smell of their shampoo would probably feel like a physical assault on your senses. By 6 a.m., you are in the fields. And this is where the true exhaustion begins. You are a serf, essentially a piece of property belonging to the lord of the manor. You spend 3 days a week working his land for free, and the rest of the time trying to grow enough on your tiny plot to stay alive. Every muscle in your body screams. There are no tractors. There are only heavy wooden plows that require the strength of an ox and the desperation of a starving man. If you stop, you don't get fired. You get fined, whipped, or humiliated in front of the village. The rain begins to fall, turning the field into a swamp of thick gray clay. You are soaked to the bone within minutes, but there is no dry clothes waiting for you at home. And then there's the church. As you work, you see the local tithe barn. It is a massive, sturdy building, better than any house in the village. Every 10th sheaf of grain you grow goes straight to the church. It doesn't matter if your children's ribs are showing, the church takes its cut first. You are working yourself to death to feed a system that views you as nothing more than an intelligent beast of burden. Let's look closer at your food. The fire in your hut never truly goes out. You just keep adding whatever you find into the pot. Oats, beans, maybe a scrap of salted pork if it's a festival day. The pot is never cleaned. Some of the ingredients at the bottom might have been there for weeks, fermenting in the heat. This is the perpetual stew. But the real killer is the bread. Most peasants eat dark bread made of rye. In wet years, a fungus called ergot grows on the grain. You can't see it and you can't taste it. But when you eat it, you experience St. Anthony's fire. First, you feel a tingling in your fingers. Then come the hallucinations. You see demons. You feel like you are being burned alive by invisible flames. Eventually, your blood vessels constrict so tightly that your limbs lose circulation. Your toes turn black, shrivel up, and simply fall off. You are walking around conscious, while your body is literally rotting away because of your breakfast. This wasn't a rare occurrence. It was a seasonal terror that haunted the medieval mind. At 3 p.m., work stops for a public event. A neighbor has been caught poaching. He killed one of the Lord's rabbits to feed his starving family. In the Middle Ages, justice was a spectacle designed to keep you in fear. You watch as he is put in the pillory. People throw stones and filth at him for hours. If he had stolen something larger, you'd be watching him swing from a tree. There is no innocent until proven guilty. There is only the Lord's word and the fear of the lash. The psychological toll is immense. You live in a constant state of low-level terror. One wrong word to the tax collector, one missed prayer at the Sunday Mass, and your family loses everything. You aren't just physically exhausted, you are mentally broken. Your only solace is the hope that the next life will be better than this one. The sun finally begins to set, and the world turns pitch black. There are no streetlights, no candles to waste. You return to your shack, your clothes soaked in sweat and manure. You eat another bowl of gray pottage and collapse onto your straw mat. The same bugs from this morning waiting to greet you. You are 30 years old, but you look 60. Your teeth are rotting, your back is permanently hunched, and your lungs are filled with the soot from the open fire. You close your eyes knowing that tomorrow will be exactly the same, and the day after. And the day after. We look back at the Middle Ages and see kings in gold. But the real story is written in the dirt. It's the story of people who endured the impossible just so humanity could survive. Next time you complain about your Wi-Fi being slow or your coffee being cold, remember the peasant, remember the longhouse. Remember that for most of human history, survival was the only success. Thanks for watching the Feudal Facts. If you want to dive deeper into the darkness of our past, hit that subscribe button. Don't let history die in the shadows.